Hello, friends! A protruding or sticking out belly, even if you're not overweight, isn't about fat or a lack of abs. It's a problem with one specific muscle, and that's what we're going to work on today. Friends, with the help of simple and effective exercises, we will get rid of a protruding belly, restore the natural curve of the lower back, return the pelvis to its proper position, eliminate lower back pain, and gain many other positive effects if we do this simple routine together on a regular basis. In just 2 weeks, you'll notice that your stomach has become flatter. In fact, right after doing the exercises, you can literally see your belly shrink before your eyes. And friends, I recently checked the stats. A lot of people watch my videos, but many still haven't subscribed to the channel. If you want to support me and my team, please subscribe. For us, that's the best motivation to create even more helpful content for you. Use these exercises, share this video with your loved ones, and please stay healthy. So friends, the mechanism behind this problem is actually very simple. Please pay attention. The person is standing with their right side facing us. Here we can see the lumbar curve. This is the pelvis. The muscle located on the back side of the lower back is called the erector spinae muscle. It starts from the pelvis, from the sacrum, and goes up along both sides of the spine. If it shortens, if trigger points appear in it, this is what it looks like. This is the effect it has. The back part of the pelvis lifts up and the front part drops down. As a result, the pelvis tilts forward. This is called an anterior pelvic tilt. Because of this, the lumbar curve, which I've already marked here, becomes more pronounced, and the stomach starts to stick out. The belly starts to protrude. Our goal is to work on this muscle, to target the spinal erector, to lengthen the muscle fibers in order to return the pelvis to the correct position, and thereby get rid of the protruding belly. I also want to add that usually people who come in with an aesthetic issue, meaning a protruding belly, if they don't address this problem, eventually start to complain about their lower back. Because our pelvis is tilted forward, these small joints, called facet joints or intervertebral joints, are put under a lot of stress, which leads to accelerated development of spondyloarthrosis. In addition, because of the pelvic tilt, there is uneven stress on the hip joints and knee joints, and later on, a person starts to complain about pain symptoms and limited mobility. People also often come in with pain in the sacroiliac joints, because again, the pelvic tilt and excessive curvature of the lower back create uneven stress on the sacroiliac joints. That's why it's very important to correct this problem, not only from an aesthetic point of view, but also in terms of biomechanics and the future development of pain syndrome. So the first exercise will be with a ball like this. You can use a special massage ball, which is sold in any sporting goods store. You can use a tennis ball or a baseball. Basically, you just need to get a fairly dense, firm ball. So we'll need to place it on both sides of the spine. Pay attention. We are working on the area from the lower ribs to the iliac crest. So these are the areas. On average, that's about 3 points. That is the upper point, the middle point, and the lower point on both sides. Friends, this is the projection of the spinal erector muscles. We will be massaging with the ball, placing it on these spots. Here, I've placed it. Press yourself against the wall, and you can place your feet wider than shoulder width for stability. Slightly bend your hip and knee joints so you feel extra support. You can use one hand to lean against the wall for additional support, and with the other hand, I hold the ball in place. So just like this. I pressed it, so for example, right now I've placed the ball here at the lower point. Pressed it, apply pressure, and now I'm moving left and right. You might even feel your muscle fibers rolling over the ball. I do these left to right movements for about 1 minute. This is the lower point. After I've worked this area, right on the edge of pain but still bearable, we don't go easy on the muscle. You really need to break up those tense spots so the muscle becomes more uniform and softer. I move the ball higher, placing it at the middle point. In the same way, I press down. You can slightly tilt your pelvis under yourself to create extra pressure. And I do left to right movements. If someone feels like the pressure isn't enough, you can ask someone close to you to press on these spots. So someone comes over and gently presses to increase the pressure. We also work on the second point for 1 minute. But usually, by the way, you won't need this extra pressure. Then I place the ball here on the third point and do the same left to right movement. So this exercise is very simple. It takes 3 minutes on one side, upper, middle, and lower point, 1 minute each, and 3 minutes on the other side. The second exercise is dynamic stretching. It is aimed at further stretching the muscles that straighten the spine. Starting from a lying position on your back, friends, we bend our legs at the knees and hips, grab our knees with our hands, and do these pulling movements. You should feel your pelvis lifting off the floor. Pull your legs toward yourself as much as you can, and that's how far you should go. In other words, don't force it or push against resistance. Lift slightly, lower, lift, lower. Friends, we need to do 20 repetitions of these. The extensor stretches. The pelvis, on the contrary, tucks under itself, which is exactly what we need, and the muscles become more elastic, softer, and the mobility of the pelvis will also increase. Next, the third exercise is also aimed at stretching the lumbar spine and at stretching the muscles that straighten the spine. From the starting position, lying on your side, we place one leg on top of the other, both bent at the hip and knee joints. You can use one hand to hold your knees in place, and we do this simple movement. Here, the wall doesn't let me fully straighten my arm. You fully straighten your arm and turn back. You'll feel a stretch in your lower back. Then return to the neutral position. Stretch your lower back, then return to the starting position. Stretch your lower back, then return to the starting position. You should also feel a slight stretch, but not pain. If it hurts, reduce the range of motion a little. Friends, you need to do 20 of these movements on one side and 20 on the other side. And the final exercise is aimed at the abdominal muscles. If we strengthen them, the results we achieve in restoring the pelvis and reducing a protruding belly will be more stable. That's why we need to strengthen the abdominal muscles. Here, a regular exercise will be more than enough for us. We place our hands behind our head and do gentle crunches. You will feel tension in your abdominal muscles. And lie back down. Once again, contract your abdominal muscles, lift up slightly, and return to the starting position. We don't need to overexert ourselves. We don't need to do a full crunch. A light lift like this is enough. Just lift your shoulder blades slightly and return. Friends, please do 20 repetitions like this. And at the top, you can pause for 1 or 2 seconds. That's all, friends. This is a very simple routine. Please do it 3 to 4 times a week. If you can manage to do it daily, that's even better. Please always take good care of yourselves and do stay healthy.